good evening, wherever you are. My name is Dr. Oluwatoyin Ayodele Ajani, and today I will be presenting on essential skills for masters and PhD students. As we know, globally, most times postgraduate students always believe that enrolling or engaging in postgraduate study is very challenging, and they always believe it is not what anyone can go into. But I want you to know that success requires sacrifices, and as long as you are willing, everything goes with your mindset. As long as you are willing, you can always attain, you can always go for it. And as long as you are willing, all you need is to possess some essential skills. So today, I want to explain some essential skills that are necessary for master students and PhD students in order to navigate postgraduate success. So join me, and I also want to encourage you that on this channel, you need to subscribe, you need to like, and you need to comment so that you can follow us as we bring you more updates on how you can drive your postgraduate journey successfully. So like I said, today we'll be presenting on essential skills for masters and PhD students. What are those essential skills that you need for you to complete your dissertation, for you to complete your thesis on time? This is I have classified these skills into different categories. So the first one is the one I call core academic skills. By core academic skills, this has to do with your academic readiness, because as we know that postgraduate study is an academic engagement that requires your academic stability. So in this instance, talking about core academic skills, I'm talking about you positioning yourself for critical thinking, and also you being able to do critical analysis, which requires you to evaluate, to synthesize, and also to question literature. As we know, postgraduates involves lots of reading, where you need to read around your problem statement, where you need to read around your study. And by engaging yourself with this reading, with various literature relating to your study, you don't read for the sake of reading. You have to also engage yourself with what you read. And from engaging with what you read, you have to make meaning from what you are reading, and so that you can apply it to your study. So this requires you to critically think, and also to do justice by analyzing critically what you are reading, how does it make sense to your study, and how you can align it to your study. Once you have been able to do this, you need to move on to academic writing. Academic writing has got its own style, which is different from day-to-day writing. As the name implies, it is called academic writing, which means there is a style of writing which requires you to master, to understand the structure, the referencing, and the writing for publication. Remember, you are reading for the sake of scholarship. So when you write, you want other scholars to read. You want your readers to read, and for your readers to be interested in what you have written. You have to present it in academic manner, in academic structure. And that's why your thesis, your dissertation, we have to be examined by external examiners. If you are writing for publications, reviewers definitely will review, and they will give you comments on what you need to do to improve your writing. So this is another skill that you need. You need to understand how to write, so that your writing will be free from language jargons, will be free from grammatical errors, will be free from a misconception, because your conceptualization of idea will only be understood by your reader based on what you have put together in that context. So also you need research design and methodology. This is very critical because there is no way you can engage in uh, master's dissertation or thesis for PhD that you will not go through the research design and methodology, because research has to do with you going to the field to collect data, bringing the information together for the sake of scholarship. So definitely you need to understand what aspects of research design do I want to focus on, and what methodology do I want to embrace. And that's why when we look at research design, basically we have qualitative, quantitative, mixed methods. So which means it is your title, it is your research objective that will decide, that will determine whether your study will be qualitative or quantitative or both, which is mixed method. Then also there is need for you to also possess the skills. So you must understand the ethics and ethics. That is the one you call ethical consideration of the research you are doing. So you need to understand what is expected of you, what is expected of your participant, what is expected of your respondent, what is expected of every procedure or every stage of the research you are. So and also you must understand what is meant by instrument. Why are you going for this particular instrument, and what is the justification? How should this instrument be? If you choose to go qualitative, am I using focus group interview? Am I using semi-structured interview? If you are using this, it means definitely you'll be having interview guide, or you'll be doing document analysis, or you'll be doing observation, or you'll be doing some other thing that goes with qualitative. Then if you choose to go towards the quantitative, it means you have to design questionnaire, you have to design some other things that go with that align with quantitative. So when you choose to go mixed method, it means you are doing two study in one, which is qualitative, quantitative. You are having the two in one study. So you need to clearly understand what each of these design is all about, and what is required of each of them, and what instrument is applicable or appropriate for each of them. Then you also need literature review skills. Like I said at the beginning, postgraduate requires a lot of reading, and not only reading, you also need to analyze, you also need to review what you are reading. So there's need for you to have the understanding of how you can systematically read and systematically analyze using thematic analysis or thematic review in order to project your voice out of what you have read, and drawing from a large databases of literature. And when we say databases of literature, there are many databases of literature. This include the Scopus, this include the Web of Science, this includes Google Scholar, this includes dissertations that you can find on the university repository, and also the reference tools. Uh, there are different referencing style that every university embrace. So you need to understand how to format appropriately, how to format properly each of these references based on your own university specification. Um, Another skills which I also classify as a group is the technical and digital skills. The technical and digital skills are very critical and very important to you as a postgraduate student, which means if you collect data, you need to analyze the data. And by so doing, it means you have to understand data analysis, the use of tools. There are different tools that are used in your proposal or in your chapter 3 research methodology. You usually indicate that your data will be collected using a particular instrument, and you also specify that after the collection of data, you are going to do data analysis. So you need to understand how this data analysis is done. So if tools like SPSS, Vivo, Atlas TI, Excel. These are some of the tools that can be used, that can assist you in analyzing your large your data. Don't forget that when you collect data, data is just a large chunk of information that you need to process into what you can now present in a sizable quality or quantity to your reader. So you also need information literacy. By information literacy, what are we talking about? You have to be informed, you have to be smart, you have to know how to search for information, you have to know how to evaluate sources of information that you are accessing for your research. It's not everything you see on internet that you can actually bring into your study. So you need to know how, where, and why you are bringing any a particular type of information. Also, very important, you must know how to avoid plagiarism. By plagiarism is very extensive, meaning that using other people's work without referencing, without acknowledging. So plagiarism can take different format, can take different dimension, and from experience, I have seen students using different avenue or different approaches of plagiarizing other people's work. So you must avoid plagiarism at all costs. And also the presentation skill, which is also very critical to postgraduate students. At the beginning of your postgraduate study, you are requested to make presentation at your faculty departmental level to present the blueprint of what your proposal, of what your study is all about. So you need these presentation skills for you to know how you want to project, how you want to present information about your study to the people. Now, also, along the line or when you are done with the study, you also decide to attend conferences where you need to present the findings of your study to scholars or to the community or to stakeholders. And this also require you possessing adequate and appropriate presentation skills. By these presentation skills, it involves how you talk, how you design your slides, how you make your posters, and how you also visually tell the story regarding your study. Now, another classification or another set of skills that you need as a postgraduate student is the one I classified as personal and professional skill. Personal and professional skill. By personal and professional skill, this is applicable to you directly to say, how do you manage your time? There is need for you as a postgraduate student to know how to manage your time, because time management is very important to you. You need to define your goal. You need to specify how long, when, and what you need to do within the space of this your time. Many times, postgraduate students always complain of too much to do at the time. This is not always the case, because if you know how to manage your time, you should be able to navigate your way, because in every day, for everyone, we've got 24 hours. So how you spend your 24 hours determines what and how far you go in life. So you must in a for your time management, you need to understand your goals, and you need to be specific with your goals, and you also need to indicate what are the milestones, at what time, at what time you want to do ABC. So you need to indicate, and you also need to help yourself by using Gantt charts, which will indicate where you are going, how you are going, and what you need to do at every time. Then there is need for you to be resilient. Resilience and self-motivation. If you cannot motivate yourself, it will be very difficult for other people to motivate you. Why? Because everything about postgraduate is by you and is for you, and has to be started, has to be kick-started by you, and has to be driven by you. So you have to develop that resilience in you, and also to motivate yourself that this I can do, and I want to do it within the space of time. So you must be You must be prompt to respond to feedback from your supervisors or from people who guide you in in your postgraduate study. Then once in a while there's possibility for you to experience setback or disappointment or so. You must also prepare your mind how you can handle these things, so that when you experience these things, you must be able to overcome, and also to say, I need to continue. You don't have to be disappointed, you don't have to be discouraged, you don't have to feel worn out. So this is another thing that you need also to develop yourself. Most importantly, there is need for you to network and collaborate with others who are in the same academic spaces with you. Don't forget that you are doing research, and by virtue of doing research, it means what some people have done before, and that's why you are going back into it. So it will be very nice of you if you can have colleagues who are also in the similar boat with you, and you can always collaborate with each other, encourage each other, and most importantly, you always have supervisors who is there to supervise, who is there to guide you. And this means that you as a student, you are to work along with your supervisor. You are to engage your supervisor. Most times when you get confused, you can always seek clarity from your supervisor. Most times when supervisors are telling you do one, two, three, and you're sure you are not so clear about it, you can always probe further in order to understand what the supervisor is saying, so that it can help you at the long run. Also, we have the community of practice. Maybe this is applicable to other colleagues of you who are also in this same research with you, that you can always check with, and that you can always ask questions with. And also, you can also indulge yourself in participate in workshop participation. You can participate in the different workshops that are related to what you are doing. So it means you can't stay all alone. You cannot do research in uh, in uh, uh, in loneliness. Yeah. So it means you must give yourself to attendance in all this academic engagement, in order to capacitate yourself, in order to develop yourself. So you can also join the different webinars that has to do with the research, that has to do with your study, so that it can always help you to accumulate more information, more knowledge about what you are doing. Uh, Briefly, I want to give you a 90-day action plan. By this 90-day action plan, it means you can put yourself in 90 days, and at the end of this 90 day, you see what you'll be able to achieve, which means in between week 1 and 2, try to read and define what your research questions are, and try to map out what exactly do you think you want to do. In week 3 and 4, build literature databases for yourself. At least you should be able to get, in under these 2 weeks, you should be able to read at least 20 uh 20 papers, 20 articles, 20 scholarly written paper. Then between week 5 and 8, begin to draft your methods, begin to pilot your instrument, begin to get involved with SPSS and in vivo, or as applicable to what we are doing. Between week 9 and 12, try and write 2,000 words literature review, and also prepare a 10-slide talk on this literature review that you have done, in order for you to know how you are making progress in your studies. Resources. There are many resources that you can use, that you can access. You have a literature review matrix template. I normally give my students what I design as a literature analysis tool. This literature analysis tool is given to them, and it allows them to populate based on their reading, based on what they have read. And this literature analysis specify helps them to identify what they can walk away with from every article they have read. So there are many resources or templates that you can use, And like I said, you have literature review template that you can design by yourself in order to assist you. You also have ethics checklist and also the slide deck template. These are some of the things that can actually assist you in making life easy for you as a student. So on this note, I will be stopping here today. While another time when I will come your way, I will be talking on another topic that has to do with your research study. So if there are comments, you can send comments to me. You can write me for more clarification or more guidance. I will be willing to do this for you. Um, Once again, I want to encourage you to subscribe to this channel. Please like and comment. And also, you can also indicate in the comments which skill you want us, what aspect of the research you want us to talk about, and we will definitely do that. Uh, Having said that, I would like to say thank you for your time, and I wish you all the best in your research journey. Thank you.